What's up, everybody? Brett here, back today playing some more Battle Brothers. And we are going to pick up where we left off last time with our Light Brigade run going swimmingly. We have the Oath of Endurance, which is making it so that our men recover fatigue, 3 fatigue per turn, amazing. However, we can only take 10 men in a battle, which is quite the handicap. But it's okay, as long as we're rotating injured brothers out, letting them rest. Kind of not that big of a deal. I went ahead and cleaned up our inventory a little bit off camera. Yeah, and you know, that's basically it. Mudun here had a level up that we need to pump. And I'm going to take the 3 in melee skill, happy to see it. I'm going to take the 4 in max fatigue. And then these other rolls, I would love to take a little more hit points. I wouldn't mind a 4 roll in resolve. I wouldn't mind some better rolls here and there. Unfortunately, that's not the case. It's not what we got. Kind of tempted to take a 6 in initiative and like never touch that again. His armor's going to get heavier. Eventually, it's just going to suck. So it's probably worth staying away. And I also don't particularly care to use him as a throwing bro. Although that would help him to fit in a little bit better with our other brothers. But that would require him to also take quick hands. And he's kind of running out of stuff to take. We're going to, of course, take Berserker there. So I think in that case, we just take the 2 in melee defense and call it a day. But what are we going to do for missions? Well, let me check real quick. Did I buy extra ammo? I did not. We need ammo. Maximum ammo is 500 here. We're rich. There's no reason we shouldn't buy this place out of pretty much everything. And just be good to go and ready to travel. This is an okay time. If we wanted to recruit some bros, this place got the bros. They've got 2 oath takers for recruitment. Of course, they are prohibitively expensive. But there's also a woodsman here. Not a character that I would hate to have. Sometimes you can get lucky and these dudes can be outstanding. There's also a good hunter. And by good hunter, I just mean a hunter. He's got a title. He's got a big price tag, mostly coming from probably the hunting bow that he's attached to. And then there's also a bowyer. Who will make you bows as part of events, but they're pretty rare events. I've had bowyers through like entire campaigns and these never really triggered. Or they just were unsuccessful and you end up never getting the Mastercraft bow, which I think is the penultimate bow you can get from him. So I'm tempted here to hire Thorben the dog. I'd like to have at least 1 hunter in our company, not just because they're good ranged characters, but also because they also come in handy. I said also too much. They come in handy in certain events. So we're going to pick him up, Thorben the dog. Early in his life, Thorben liked to traipse about the forest. When a rabid fox attacked him, he learned to take a bow. When a devilish eagle clawed his face, he learned to shoot it. Once employed by local royalty, a disastrous boar hunt ended with a gored baron and all the blame and blood on Thorben's hands. The hunter wields his bow like another limb and shoots his arrows like a preacher does words. Because I've resigned myself to the fact that our O-Taker run is going to entail a lot of range, when I started off, I wanted 0 range, but that's just not the way this playthrough is shaking out. Sometimes you got to go with the flow. The game says, hey, be ranged. And I say, okay, I guess I will. We're going to pick him up. Now, I'm going to make a recommendation to newer players. You'll see here, we're at 13 brothers. And even worse, we can only play 10 of them at a time. I would not recommend picking up extra brothers until several of your brothers are, what is it, level 12? Is that correct? It's been so long since I had a chance to do... I thought a student would tell me. Let's see. 11th. So 11th character level. So you can level past level 11, but you don't get perks and such for it. And the stat gains you get are reduced to 1 apiece. Once you get to that point where your brothers are essentially soft-capped, that's when I start buying extra brothers. I don't mind having 1 or 2 extra in case there's serious injuries and I still want to make sure my company is at full strength. However, it can become prohibitively expensive to keep extra brothers in your company if your company is in a bad, kind of a bad situation financially. No, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to do this. There we go. And hook him up there. No need really to buy him an extra quiver. But let's check him out. I didn't even check him out. So he is a hunter. He's got the Oath of Endurance active and he's loyal. That's excellent. Unfortunately, our hunter has 2 stars in melee skill. We just can't get a godly archer to save our lives. He also has a star in hit points. And in range defense. I don't hate that. Comes with good resolve, good stats. pretty much good at everything. I'm loving it. He's a good character for us. I'm going to take out that knife and give him a boar spear just to have something to hold. And yeah, he's someone we'll rotate in as our brother's level. I'm happy to have him now. Make the investment in him while I can afford to do so. And with that, we are going to take... let me see. I need to check some stuff out. I don't remember at the end of the last episode if we went to Weiss and they had a contract for us or no. There's a road running this way, so that tells me there is greater civilization in a that'ly direction. There are also roads running hither and fro from Hedgesager and Hammererden. God, gotta love the names. So there's opportunity for us to stay north and potentially find some other stuff, and that's what we're gonna do. Those contracts sort of suck, so I'm not gonna take them. They want us to travel to places I don't really want to go. I'd like to stay north for now and get us fighting some thralls, some barbarians, some other stuff. So a man wearing bear fur is cutting a hole in the ice. He looks at you just as the rim of his cut drops, and he punches it into the water. Come, traveler, take ease beside me for a time. I'm harmless. Join us at the campfire, sir. I've never had this go wrong, but it could. As you set aside the man, he catches a fish and yanks it into the ice. He grasps it with a fur-gloved hand and smashes its head to stop its flopping. He talks as he guts and salts it. Some of the northerners figured out a way to tame them giants. The unholds, I think you call them. Don't ask me how. Anytime I'd heard of a giant going anywhere, all it did was kill anyone in its path and eat all the livestock. We need another drink. Yeah. So if you've never seen the barbarians in this game, they are powerful indeed. They come in different tiers of strength. And some of them do indeed use unhold, the giants, in battle. They're armored variants. They have the tamers with their whips who keep them in line, who give them buffs. And the tamers, the AI is so good with them, it never lets you snipe them, essentially. This is a good fight for us. I wish we were at full strength with our bros. And we kind of don't want to fight them at night either. Might just kind of hug them. They're following the road. I'm content to get my travel on while chasing. This is just kind of smart play. Our biggest advantage against barbarians is our range. And if we give that up, we're fools. Okay, game put me in a little bit of a deficit here. And they have throwing weapons. They're a good way to kind of farm them, really. The Reavers will have the higher tier throwing weapons, who I think they have less accuracy. I think they're slightly less accurate by maybe 5%. Or they lower range skill by 5. I forget what the deal is, what the trade-off is. It's a good hit. But they do more damage. So getting that kill was excellent. 24. Just try to get lucky, and we do. Someone's going to hit him. I'm not that scared. Take the 39 there. I'm not jumping out here. Take these 42s. Putting some damage on him would be excellent. We're going to step up. Go for a better shot there. Gisbert doesn't have quick hands. I'm going to step in to stop his attack. His ranged attack. And because I think Galdrick can take a little fire. By fire, I just mean heat. Step up with Hamian. He can always rotate out. Galdrick if we need it. Interesting that they... I don't know why they like going after Theodore, considering he's got a kite shield. Nice. Love that he had to jump in and not be able to land an attack. That's beautiful for us. As people have been saying. I've been hearing this phrase a lot. I love that for you. But I love that for me. Not if we miss so much. Berserk giving me the extra action points there. Gotta love that. I'm gonna put the hurt on this dude. He's the biggest threat. Unless we snipe him right away. Damn! And Gisbert, those were lucky rolls, were they not? Yeah, 29 and 18, and we landed both of them. What are the odds, man? Well, I know what the odds are. I had them pulled up. But here we go. So we got more than our money's worth of ammunition back. Some cool northern weapons, the axe hammer and the crude axe. If you can get those early, those are pretty good weapons. And then just stuff. Got the bead necklace to sell. That's great. I don't know if did we take a single hit? But great for us. Happy to have finally fought some northerners. And we found the isolated city up here of Ellenberg. Thankfully they have an armor. Not much else though. But I'll take as many armors on the map as I can get. Prices to sell here are not amazing. But I think we're going to do so anyway. I'm going to sell the reinforced animal hide. We don't need it for anything. Hunter's hat. Yeah, they just gave me a bunch of junk. I'll keep a little bit extra stuff on hand. I don't need to sell the bead necklace here. I'm not hurting for cash. I don't need to sell anything. The only reason I would is for space. If we end up taking multiple battles back to back, I'll be happy to have this space. But let's check out before we buy anything. Let's check here. The prices to buy are not bad, but maybe if we can do this mission for them. The only reason we're even getting the good prices that we are is because they have ambush trade routes. But if we can get rid of that, I think they'll sell us stuff for a little bit cheaper. And because they have ambush trade routes, that usually tells me what the contract is going to be. And yeah, they want me. The barbarian savages did this. They also raped and pillaged a number of surrounding farmsteads. And they hung a pair of twin infants from a tree. But this? What are you prepared to pay? Yeah, we're going to need to be paid more for this, good sir. And indeed we will. I think that was 80 extra. Let's accept. And they're going to give us a camp to go to. Alright, we're going to travel a bit back the way we came, but that's alright. Might jump up on the mountain here for a second as well. Maybe in both directions. See if we can get a bird's eye view of some of what's going on here. It's showing me that I discovered something, but I see nothing. It's probably just right there. Oh no, there it is. Clansman's Retreat. That means something totally different, depending on what part of the country you're in. I'm from South Louisiana. I can make that joke. Way too many Ku Klux Klan members have come from there. If you didn't know what I was referencing. These bushes are going to make some of our shots a little wonky. AI is pretty good at taking advantage of it too. And until we get great archers, it's always going to suck. Okay. Swing and a miss. We got some 24s here. Excellent. All the damage we can do before a fight starts is so important. You can think of it as, oh man, look at all the ammo he's using. Look at all the money he's spending on that. But what you may be missing is that the kills that we get, the damage that we do before a battle even starts, also makes it so that we use less tools because our armor takes less hits. Like there's all sorts of little things you can figure. There's other advantages that we gain. Quick draw here. Nah, we'll wait. I thought about stepping up, but we don't need to do that. Once again, though, we put Geldrick in a bit of an unnecessarily aggressive position. Let's hope he can survive it. The kite shields are doing wonders for us. Not that their chances to hit are particularly high, but we have maybe a slightly higher luck stat roll than we're used to just now. I'm going to say this before I forget. Something that I really wanted to talk about today was mods. And I guess I can talk about it now. Why not? Someone asked me in the comment section, you know, if I ever would consider doing a modded run. And the answer to that is yes, I would. The problem is, and there's a couple, and it has nothing to do with the mods, really, even though I don't know. Well, that's, I guess, a problem in and of itself. I don't really know any of the mods. I don't know which ones are good, come from good, you know, safe sources within the community. I don't know really much about the process of putting mods in. I'm not a super tech savvy guy. I'm sure it's not that difficult. I'm sure I could watch a video or something and figure it out. But it's kind of all those things put together. I'm not sure if I can trust the sources. I'm not sure about the qualities of the mods, whether or not I would even like the content of them. But you combine that with the fact that I'm not really sure how to get them. I think what would help me, if you guys are really into modded like content, I think what would help push me over the edge of like wanting to do it would be seeing examples. If there are other YouTube creators, especially, that I could watch who do strictly modded Battle Brothers content that you would recommend, and you're like, oh no, this guy does great content. Check it out. These are the mods he uses. Like I'd be totally down. I've talked a lot before how much I think that Battle Brothers could be improved, and I think the ways that it could be improved are ways that I could see modders doing. Nice. Alright, we managed to get through that without taking too much damage, and the damage we did take, we can mitigate by switching out our bros. But anyway, that was basically all I wanted to say. I wanted to discover this town real quick too. While we're right next to it, might as well. Barber Tavern, you don't really want to see that. They've got militiamen, they've got miners. They have a hunter of their own. We'll just check out what the prices here are. And they're okay. Got a figurine and another necklace for our trouble. We're gonna buy that. We're gonna buy pretty much all the tools, I think. Buy some of that. Let's just stay flush with supplies. I love that. I love that for us. Okay, I'm trying to stay cool with the parlance of the times, guys. I love that for us. So hopefully this is a fight we can take. I was gonna say what we don't want to see is a full stack of like Reavers. That would be bad. Holy crap. Interesting. Alright, so I don't think I've ever had this option before, and I'm stoked to see. I love this picture, by the way. I use this as my thumbnail for our Barbarian Let's Play. And it was maybe the best Let's Play we've ever had. I love the way that one turned out. But just as it seems the Light Brigade is ready to clash with the Savages, a lone figure steps out and stands between the battle lines. He's got a parted long beard knotted around tortoise shells, and his head is sheltered beneath a sloping snout of a wolf skull. The elder stands unarmed save for a long staff which clatters with tethered deer horns. Shockingly, he speaks in your tongue. Outsiders, welcome to the north. We are not so inhospitable as you may think. As is our tradition, we believe that battle between two men is just as honorable and of value as that between two armies. So it is I offer my strongest champion, Gooter the Chosen. Oh my god. A burly man steps forward. He unhooks the pelts and tosses them aside to reveal a body of pure muscle, tendon, and scars. The elder nods. Put forth your champion, outsiders, and we shall share a day that all our ancestors will smile upon. I'm going to do this, though. If he's a legit chosen, especially if he has famed gear or something like that, we could get wrecked here. I'm going to fight with Mudun. He's our strongest bro. Geldrick, it would be absolutely legendary if he could get through this. He just doesn't have the armor that Mudun does. And we're going to need Battleforge to get through this for sure. Depending on his weaponry, if he is a chosen, his weaponry, this could be horrible. I love it though. Let's jump in. Mudun, you fight, and it is a chosen, which I think we can take as a cleaver, bro. We pass. Check the AI out, being smart. Alright, we get first hit. They drew first blood, not me. And with our first hit, are we... We're not a cleaver master. Okay, I just wanted to make sure of that, because the bleeding would be twice as effective if we were. This weapon is very dangerous. All of his armor's going... Yeah, look at that. Jeez. Okay. We need to... I can't believe he bypassed. Did he... He used... He just... I mean, where did he hit me? He bypassed my... Look how much health we lost. I'm shocked, actually. Okay, he's got to go. Oh, no. Okay, okay. Decapitate. 66%. Oh. Oh, it hurts. Okay, okay, okay. One more. Yes! Whew. Whew. I'm sweating. My palms are sweaty, Mom Spaghetti. We got his helmet, which is kind of whatever. We got his weapon, which is also kind of whatever. That could have gone quite poorly. Using a tier 2 weapon, kind of like mid-tier armor, on a pretty great bro who's just not fully leveled. That could have gone not good. But let's see what happens because of that. Mudun the Acolyte sheaths his weapons and stands over the corpse of the slain savage. Nodding, the victorious sellsword stares back at you. Finish, sir. The elder comes forward again and raises his staff. So it is. What is it that you wish to have been solved by the violence you sought coming here? You tell him that those to the south are furious and want them gone from these lands. The elder nods. If by battle you would have accomplished, then by honorable duel it is finished. We shall leave. The savages are told in their tongue to pack up and go. Surprisingly, there's little backtalk or complaining. If they're true to their word, then you can go and tell Grimald the treasurer now. A good end. That was pretty sweet. And to be honest, I don't know if we would have gotten that much more loot. We would have. We would have gotten more loot from killing a bunch of thralls. But a lot of their number were also made up of warhounds, which wouldn't have given us anything. We would have gotten a lot more experience. That would have been the real loot from that. But I don't know. I thought it was worth taking a chance to see if maybe... yeah, we're going to want to heal with Mudun also. So let's switch out a little bit. Everyone's kind of healed up now. We took a chance. I didn't know how it was going to end. It could have ended awesome with something totally unexpected. So, Theodore here. Let's see what kind of stats we can expect from him. Keep taking his hit points. I love that. Not great. I'm going to take the 4 in resolve and the 4 in range defense. Sort of weird. But I want to get his resolve to 50. I want to get his range defense to 10. And we're just not going to stop pumping hit points because I'd love to see how ridiculous we can get his hit points. In terms of his perks, we've been building Crippling Strike's Executioner. I do want to continue that. Quick Hands on him would be fine. Underdog on all of our bros would also be great. He doesn't have access to Battleforge and such yet. I'm just going to grab Executioner. I want it. I'm going to get it. Get it. Got it. Good. And then here... could grab Quick Hands on Ozpin. I think it's more relevant on him because he is a good ranged bro. I mean, look at this. His range skill is just going to outpace all of his other skills. And we're going to take a 4 in resolve here. 4. Can't ask for better rolls than that. Where I live in San Antonio, there's one of those cheesy attorneys who puts up their like commercials, and all the commercials are like, the number is 444. That's 4. Call the 4s. You know. Super cheesy. And we're just going to buy everything, man. We're down to 4 grand, but we've got stuff to sell. We got money to make. This helmet we could give to someone. We're not going to sell everything else here. But we're so fully stocked on supplies. That feels great. That's a really good helmet. This is going to be heavy. That's the only problem with it. Who has the best fatigue in the front? Maybe Theodore? Boom. Okay. Do we want to give this mace to anyone? God, it ignored so much armor. That was brutal. Looks pretty sick on Mudun. So the attack, did he use strike down? Or did he? No, he used cudgel. Yeah, a lot of the damage ignores armor. Interesting. He got a daze. I mean, it's a good weapon. In the current stage of the game that we're at, I think the Saif might be better just because we're fighting a lot of unarmored dudes, or lightly armored dudes even. And the prices here are very good to purchase. I would almost want to get some reinforced mail hauberks. Or even just some regular, could pick up 2 regular mail hauberks. Even this light scale armor, which is the cost of what you normally see a mail hauberk for. These would all be good pickups. But I think I'm happier to have in my back pocket right now the money that we have. And let's go back to Torvastad and see what they've got going on. Could take a bit of a circuitous route here. Clear some of the fog. Maybe find a thrall encampment or something that we can clear. Maybe find some beasts we can fight. Would love to see some dire wolves at some point in this game. I do like their attachments that you can make from their pelts. But, man, used to see them all the time. I haven't seen one in 2 campaigns that are about at like day 40 to 50. Which is a little rare. So they've got a rebuilding going on here. That's not quite good enough to make the money. So we'll just pass on selling. We don't need to sell yet. Let's see what the contracts are. Brigands, potentially, that stole his rare coin. Make an extra 60 off of the negotiator. We'll say we need some time to think about it, as I want to know what this is first. Because they might just want me to go somewhere very close by. To Königswald, southeast. I'll need some time to think about this. I think that is, if it's the one I'm thinking of, yeah. So they'll pay me to go back to where I would want to go anyway when this is over. So we're just getting paid to do something we want to do already for free. The best way to do it in this game. So here, follow the tracks east. Excellent. I would like to go into the fog of war, if you will, and find what we can find. Maybe discover a hideout of some sort. See these footprints going in the opposite direction. And 8 thieves, brigands and thugs alike. Some barbarian chosen. Ugh. With our crossbows, we could consider them. To arms. We could consider that fight. Some, I'm trying to remember exactly how many is some. Could be 3 to 4, something like that. Try to snipe this dude. Our archers just kind of suck. If our crossbowmen were on point, and we could just sort of easily bypass the chosen armor. The problem is, once they reach the front lines, you regret your life decisions. And they start slaughtering you. You can get lucky, though. So like that right there, the chosen start coming in and we just whiff. We're going to feel real dumb for thinking we could take them on. We'll stay back. This guy would have been a good target too for our crossbow shots that we had. He's got the deadlier weapon than him. He also has the bigger armor, so it would have been more effective to use a crossbow against him. Okay. We'll take that. Yeah, want to get rid of him. Allows us to use our throwing weapons, which is excellent. We're putting the fear of the Lord into him. Beautiful. As beautiful as the slaying of a man can be. We step in, and that's going to be the route, ladies and gentlemen. That guy's going to be able to run away. There's really... I think we have a dog we could drop. I'm not even sure who's holding him. Yep, there it is. But we're just gonna retreat from combat. I have no interest in wasting anyone's time chasing down a dude who has loot we don't even want. Nice to see a patched mail shirt, I suppose. Some decent weaponry, hand axes and such. Let me drink a little water here. A lot of talking. Alright, time to collect our pay. And with that, do we dare? Do we dare the wrath of the chosen? I kind of want to. Not having Muldoon available is pretty crap. Gisbert's going to be such a good offensive brother when he gets there. He's just not quite there yet. The fact that we can't field 12 brothers also is pretty concerning. This place isn't going anywhere. But how sick would it be if we could kill those dudes? Whoa, 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 whoa. You come across a caldera, the bottom of which you find a few sheep nuzzling something. As you draw close, you see that there is an enormous hound there. Its fur matted with blood, its collar shredded, and its paws wiry where the claws have come apart. It regards you with a growl, but can't maintain it for long as it simply puts its head down with an exhausted huff. The sheep depart, and beyond them you find a man leaning against a rock. His chest has been ripped open, and whatever killed him did it with such force as to spray his innards all along the rocks. Following the trail, you do find a monstrous Nagzur whose throat has been ripped out. Quick Draw the dog nods. I think that pup might be worth having in the company. So we're going to send Theodore the Kennel Master in. I've had all sorts of results with this, but let's see what happens when we use our Hound Master to deal with a hound. Theodore the Kennel Master steps forward. I know this breed. It is of northern stock, a sturdy creature. There is one thing it shall respect, and a man in its strength. The sellsword crouches before the dog and without pause puts its hand around the scruff of its neck and starts to scratch. Despite the sudden movements, the dog responds positively, and when the man stops scratching, the dog lifts up off the ground and lopes forward and follows the man. Theodore the Killmaster stares back at you as he roughs the dog up with some heavy petting. Yeah, he'll fight for us. Fighting is what he's made for. He just needed someone to watch him rip and tear. Nice Doom reference. What a lovely creature this is. And the dog is fine too. We got Warrior. Hell yeah. I love getting the theme dogs. The only thing is I will not risk Warrior in combat because I love my doggos in this game. I will not risk him in combat until he's wearing unhold armor. Like the thick, heavy stuff that we just don't have yet. And our Hamian is going to get him. Let's put the old battle axes together. Any armor change outs? Yes. Okay. With that, man, I gotta bring in Heracles here. Maybe over Arathorn. This is so sketchy. We're gonna do it though, for fun. We'll do it for fun. If we just get absolutely wrecked, we just don't take the fight. But 5 of them. Okay, that's not great. If we had 12 brothers, I'd be a little less afraid. But 10 bros against 5 chosen, we just don't have the stopping power. Look at the armor on that bad boy. Their battle forged is real. I don't know how you can miss throwing anything at these dudes. These mountainous men. Gotta focus. As you can see, guys, this is essentially what I was talking about. Look at that. Oh, we are so out of our league. This hurts. This hurts to see. Yeah. Watch what happens to Galdrick. Okay. I was using that, but that's cool. Alright, we don't have quick hands on you yet. Our sword's not exactly good versus their super heavy armor. Bill hooks are quite good. We're just missing a little bit too much. And by a little bit, I mean a whole lot. Would almost be better to use the dagger here. And we're going for the guy we have the best chance of hitting. Because we're definitely going to have to reload this because we're definitely going to die, I'm just going to drop Warrior here just to see how close we could get to even having a chance. Military Cleavers I don't hate. If we could land the shots. Okay, Gisbert, Billhook time. Yeah. Oh no, and then they're popping adrenaline so they can go first. God, Warrior's gonna have ended up doing more damage than most of our bros. That's a good hit. The long axe is a deadly weapon. Go, Thorn. Thorn's like, I'm out of here, nerds. He just runs away. Yeah, we knew that was gonna happen. Oh god. Okay. We're gonna fight this one to the bitter end. I'm super curious to see how far we could even get, because they're starting to get confident now. And we are, for obvious reasons, losing confidence. Alright, that's one down. We got one down at the cost of 2 brothers. That's a good hit. Went for the decapitation. Landed the hit, but didn't get the decap. And the thing is, having 2 extra brothers doesn't really change the outcome of a fight like this. Because their ability to hyper-focus, to pop adrenaline, and then to go first before you can take any defensive actions is so strong. Our brothers don't have the type of heavy-ranged weaponry, or even our frontline weaponry doesn't really match up very well in this fight. It would be nice if we could take his confidence away. And I mean, there's really no loot maybe in the game that I would accept over 2 brothers. I'm trying to think of something. There are some huge armors in the game. I don't think, or weapons even, there's nothing. That's easy to say though, because it's like, there's some weapons in the game worth like 40 grand. And some of our bros that we've lost already are like level 6. And in the late game, a level 6 bro, we can just buy a level 5 Hedge Knight or something. So, you know what I mean? That's a little subjective. Right now, our brothers mean everything to us. But we could get an item that's so good. Oh, we lost Warrior. There goes another bro. Gotta kill this dude. And the bill hook has been really on point. Miguel here is very hurt. Gonna switch back to javelins for him. Let's reload there. He's gonna have to step in on us if he still wants to fight. He might want to run away. The dog's not gonna let him though. He's like, I saw what you did to my bro. Couple good hits. Get back to javelins here. Try to be a little smart about it. And with that, his confidence soars. And he runs away. Great hits and all that, but he's not going to come back. He's running to the edge of the map. It's over. And for our trouble, yeah, both of our bros died. And we got a shield. That's what I mean, guys. It's not worth. It's a good shield. But if I had $1 for every rare shield that I had in some of my Let's Plays that were just instantly destroyed by some berserker or something in the late game, I've lost multiple legendary or unique, famed, whatever you want to call those types of items. I've lost multiples of those types of shields in one fight before against orcs, where they just cleave them in one shot with those giant man-splitting axes that they have. So let's not put too much stock in that. That was fun. That was a fun little experiment, but that's what happens when you challenge Chosen in the early game. you get dealt with. But alright. We fixed their, whatever their problem was. Prices to sell are better. To a small degree. But we're doing great. We're just going to hold. We don't need to sell. So, the cheap stuff we get rid of, sure. But everything else we kind of just hold on to. Trade goods especially. And let's go now to get paid to travel to the place I already want to travel to Königswald. And from here we can set out to try and go to Hedgesager if Königswald doesn't have anything for me. And then we can explore even further to the north and see what maybe the last of the locations is. Up north, anyway. There's definitely other locations here that we haven't discovered. And they do have a new contract for me. They have a ceremonial season. What does this do? During the ceremonial season, large amounts of incense are used by temples. The demand and prices for incense are at an all-time high. So if we were trading from the south, if we had a pocket full of incense, now would be the time to get it. We are probably going to buy all the quality wood. Oh my god, a falcon! Alright. We buy those. And that's a good price for a falcon. The prices here to buy are quite good. To sell, they're okay. Ooh, Casper the Cut Purse's Stinger. Give me a second, guys. I'm going to blow my nose real quick. Alright, I'm back. Unfortunately, we can't afford this, but let's see what the stats are looking like on this bad boy. 94 durability, not that that matters. Less durability than a warbow. 58 to 81. So already a huge DPS increase over the warbow rather, which is 50 to 70. Same effectiveness versus armor completely. Fatigue is 6. Same fatigue, but it also has the weapon skills build up -3 less fatigue. That's huge. Way more damage. This is an amazing bow. Never going to be able to afford it though, sadly. Alright, contract available. What do you got for me? Alright, what do you want? Okay, a day to the east of here to Eisenheim. Let me see. I have to see where that is on the map. I don't remember off the top of my head. Aha! They're paying me to travel to a place that I haven't been before. That is good. I'll take it. And hopefully we get jumped along the way. That's the idea. I do want to buy the wood, though. If we run across a place that's rebuilding, and we're going to buy tools while we find them in great supply for good prices. If we come across a place that has the rebuilding effect, we are going to say hallelujah that we bought these because we're going to make a fortune. And we have already seen that. I'm so happy we're getting into the trading game. So, a falcon. If you don't know what this does, you release this at the beginning of pretty much every battle, and it'll tell you the position and the quality of the army that you're facing. It's really useful in forest battles and in a lot of the late game battles. I like to give this to usually an archer of some type. I kind of love the idea of giving it to Arathorn here, our lone wolf brother. And there you go. It reminds me of, if you guys have ever seen the movie King Arthur with Clive Owens. Kind of a badass movie, kind of a terrible movie, but a good one. In the ways that terrible movies can often be good. But there's a character, I'm trying to remember who he's supposed to be in the Round Table. The guy with the G name, the one who's pure of heart. I think that's who he's supposed to be. Is it Galahad? Is he supposed to be Galahad? I could be mixing up my Arthurian knights. But he's a badass. He has got like a falcon that he travels around with, and like the falcon helps him fight, and he cuts dudes up. I think he has like a scimitar. It's been a long time since I've seen that movie, but it's a sick movie. Highly recommend if you're into like alternate history fantasy stuff. It's pretty sweet. But yeah, let's take this contract, get paid to go to the place we were going to anyway. It's going to be a bit more of a roundabout travel, maybe. I mean, we're going by the road, which you probably would have done as well. But hopefully some dudes attack me. I wish you would have attempted it. Nice that we got some caravan hands. Seems like a decent number to help us. In case of emergency, break glass. And let's also hope that Eisenheim is a good city. They have abducted children. That means witches. Which we also haven't faced yet. They've got furs, but they're not for a good price. Everything here is very expensive. Excuse me. Alright, let's keep going. Would have loved to have bought those furs too. And you see our money is going down. But it's all an investment into later. Would have really paid off if we'd have had someone attack us along the way. And we discovered not one, but 2 new locations. Sucks that it's another taxidermist location with really nothing else to offer. They had witch burnings here. Okay. Once again, not a great place to sell or anything. But, oh, look at all the witch hunters that are here because of that. Do we not have a witch hunter in our company? The oath takers have to have a witch hunter. This is not optional. We have a flagellant, we have a beast slayer. Those are 2 that I really wanted. I also love the fact that we have a historian and a houndmaster. That's all very appropriate. A brawler and an apprentice. This is all very good. Do we not have a militia? We do. We have a militia. Disown noble. This is great. We are going to grab Liebwin here. Being a quiet and grim man, Liebwin has the tendency to make other people feel uncomfortable around him, even afraid. In Grimstad, he killed an elderly woman and was thrown into the dungeon. As it turned out, the woman was responsible for the abduction and death of 3 infants, and so he was set free again. Now a mercenary company would be just the tool he needed to fulfill his personal quest against the evil from the world beyond. Love it. Love it. These guys come pre-leveled with better crossbows, but we're going to pick up Liebwin here because of his cheapness. That's $1,000 we're saving. Get in here, Liebwin. And you know what? God. A wild man is also a pretty cool pickup. But I'm happy to have this dude. Let's see if he's good. He's got sure footing and survivor. Sick. And because he's a witch hunter, he has plus 20 resolve at morale checks against fear, panic, or mind control effects. Quite a nice thing for a brother to have. His stars are in initiative and resolve and fatigue. Fatigue is good. Starting stats not bad. Not a bad brother. I'm not unhappy to have him in our company. At all. We just don't have quite the gear for him yet. But that's okay. And having him isn't necessarily terribly modifying our daily wages either. But that dude's backstory makes me think of Rorschach. Oh, you know what? If you want to name him, let me know. However, he's going to be the Watchman. Boom. I love that. Watchmen might be the best superhero movie slash... I mean, it's a graphic... I think it's considered a graphic novel, the original. I have it next to my bed. I read it, peruse it every now and then. But that movie, the extended edition, is so damn good. Okay, this place is having problems with witches. And they have Sigurd the Exorciser? Okay. I'm a little jealous now. That's a pretty sick... I don't think I've ever seen Exorciser. And Red Meat, or, yeah, Red Meat or the Fat. These are some interesting backgrounds we're seeing here. The Night Hunter, the Witch Hunter. Oh my god. We could almost make an entire company out of witch hunters. How sick would that be? I wish you could do stuff like that in the game. It's just not that easy to pull stuff like that off. The prices here to buy are good, but not to sell. So unfortunately, we haven't found the location where we're going to make all of our cash. Check that out. The Wolf's Mercenary Coat. Pretty good for the fatigue. It's got less fatigue than the Reinforced Mail Hauberk, but with an extra, like, almost 100 durability. That's pretty beautiful. Some good add-ons we could buy and give, but I don't like spending the money on add-ons for armors that we're not going to keep, which is basically all we have right now. It's a bunch of armors we're not going to keep, so we just pass on that. And we check out some of these. They're well supplied, which is cool. See what the contracts are. Begone, thought. How many times must I tell you? Okay, what do you need? Maul ears. Brigands. Okay. This is a no-brainer contract, so we're going to do this, and then we're going to come back and see what the other ones are. We still have 4 more days. We need to get into some battles, man. We gotta get this extra condition done in 4 days. The battle's good. It's raiders and marksmen. And a number that's kind of appropriate for us. Who can we consider taking out? I don't know. Maybe we just leave Mudun out for this fight. That's fine. He's one of our strongest bros. It's nice to always have him included in whatever battle we're getting up to. Now, they have some range of their own. Sometimes it makes the AI behave a little wonky, thinking that they're going to get away with sitting back and not engaging. Ooh, we haven't seen this weapon wielded yet. Let's see if we can get that at the end of this fight. I don't want to get hit by it, that's for sure. I'm going to take the 56 against the hand axe. I don't want to get hit by this either. And we landed 3 shots. Quite lucky. 4, 5 in a row now. 6, 7. And there we go. And we're back to normal. No, we're still batting a nice average right now. Killing 2 enemies at the start of the battle before it even really starts is pretty clutch. And they're going to have to step in, and they're still not going to be able to do much against us. Could have stepped in here and gone for a decapitation. Ugh, that hurt. Damn, was that a javelin trying to break my shield, you little jerk? Okay, they want to play that game. But we've already proven that we are the range masters here as I whiff a bunch of attacks. Nope, got that one. We won't be the range masters until we have Berserk on our back line. And then I'll show you guys, especially those of you who are new, how you spread damage around to set up like huge combo turns. Let's say they all step forward, we put enough damage on them that they're almost dead, and then the next turn you let a brother get a hit, then boom, the Berserk trigger. Then the next brother goes and gets, boom, a hit. And then a Berserk trigger, get another hit. It's a really cool... It makes you feel kind of awesome. When you set it up right, when you get the most out of it, you're going to get a ton of damage out of it. So let's see where they step in here. We're hoping that these guys in the back step forward, these two. And don't just chill and try to cover. Ow. Okay, that sucks for Ospin. Gonna step out in that early direction. We got a 35 here. I'm gonna step in and try to lock them all down. Ospin's not going into melee. He's a little too hurt. So you can chill. Theodore. Without a melee weapon, we don't want to send him in. Just got to get quick hands on our frontline bros. They're not going to run this turn. We don't have to worry about that. We're just giving them sort of an opportunity to do a little more damage than I wish we were. Step in a space closer with all of our crossbows. And then hide Ospin behind more shields. Shields on shields. There should be no way anything hits him. Wow. The guy still went for it. What were the odds? He had a 20. Okay, still had a 20 though. I was going to say, taking this guy out of the equation would be nice. And I think we've done that. This is kind of the real fight here, if you will. Because we have quick hands, we can step in here, get the surround, take that guy out, and then move around to the back to offer some assistance. It's safe now with Ozpin to step in. Just get the better surround. Make sure that guy can't run easily. And I think Miguel will be able to take this dude out if he tries to escape. Unless he has footwork, which would allow him to escape our zone of control. Nifty little trick some enemies have. Especially Gobos. Nice. And with that, the battle is over. We have daggers in our possession. Quite a few of them. And that was an instance where I should have gone for a decapitation in the hope of killing him in such a way to get his armor. Happy to get a hooked blade. We have bros now who could use it. Happy to get another nasal helmet. And the hunting bow. Ooh, no. I don't generally take these. So they're offering us more money to betray our employer. The battle over, you pick up the tome of arcane knowledge and look it over. Was this really worth the lives of so many people? I know what you're thinking, sellsword. The voice breaks in. You draw your sword and aim it at a stranger who has seemingly appeared from nowhere. You're thinking, what if someone paid good money to steal that there artifact? What if that someone would pay me a good deal of money? Perhaps more than the man who paid you to retrieve it in the first place. You lower your weapon and nod. An interesting thought. The man smiles. 1,600 crowns, that's how much I'll give you for it. That was the thieves' share plus extra. A more than fair deal. Of course, your employer will be most unhappy, but, well, that's not my choice to make. We're paid to return it, and that's what we'll do. Because we've got other contracts here, we're going to keep this place happy with us. Although, if we were to piss them off, let's say it was the last contract we were leaving here right now, our negotiator also makes it so that we don't suffer penalties for as long when it comes to negative bad feelings. So, okay, our inventory's filling up a little bit. We'll get rid of some of the trash. I don't need quite so many of those. We'll sell there. Alright. And with that, we've got some levels also. Heracles here. In the back line. Definitely want to get him quick hands. Thank you, sir. Happy to see that 4. I'll take a 3 in range skill. And then here, man, these are all pretty bad. I'll take the hit points. Here on Gisbert, same thing. Quick hands. Super happy to be having that finally. Nice to get a 4 roll in range skill. Happy to see a 4 roll in fatigue. And then he really needs to get over the HP threshold. And these rolls really aren't spectacular for how many stars he has here. So we'll take that. Get him to the 72. Over the 71 threshold that I talk about so much. And then while I'm here, let's also switch out some of these helmets. I really don't like using this because it's so heavy. So I just don't think we will. We'll end up selling that. And that's a 110 for a crossbowman. That's not bad. Anyway, we're not messing with that. Archers. So Libwin here is not an excellent archer yet. However, the hunting bow is a better, just a straight better bow than the light crossbow. But the light crossbow has the advantage of giving him a bonus chance to hit. Although I think in the future he will be a crossbowman. Whereas like Heracles here, as I say that, I think it makes more sense. He's going to end up being a decent archer. Let's give him the bow now. And then Libwin, he could use the extra chances to hit. Let's make sure he's good. And then someone like Anthony can have that. Do we have anyone in the back who does not have... Yeah, like Thorben here. He's a new bro, but he's going to need that. Knives, pretty stinky. I mean, it's better than nothing and it doesn't weigh anything. Could give him a regular dagger. We'll pick up more daggers and we'll be able to pass those along. But with that, let's see what the other contracts are. He wants me to go to the collapsed dwellings, just east of here. Let's talk payment. 50 more. What can you do? Obtain the coat of Sir Isfin at collapsed dwellings. I accept this contract. You tell your jacket is very important to you, so let's go get it. We're already at an hour. Man, that went by fast. I could make this extra long. It's just the problem is, past an hour, man, I really notice the upload times take forever. But I'm gonna do it. I'm hoping this is like a good undead fight. I would like to kind of just come and kill these dudes, and maybe we could take this fight whenever we come back next time. And by the way, for those of you who watched the last episode, the end of the last episode, the really frustrating Xurher fight that I did that in my free time in like 2 minutes. I crushed that fight so fast the next time I attempted it. I was so aggravated that it was going so horribly for us in the on the actual video itself. But just so you know, it's been crushed. When we come back to our Anatomist Let's Play, it'll have been taken care of. So the terrain here is interesting. It's not altogether bad. What I'm seeing is I'm not really getting much advantage from it because the AI is going to be smart enough not to try to engage me here. This is where I would get a disadvantage. Here, attacking down, I get a disadvantage. My archers in the hole, a little bit of disadvantage. But for the most part, it's pretty equal ground. They'll have some advantages, we'll have some advantages. It's not worth too much unless you have footwork. Is it footwork or Pathfinder? You want to have Pathfinder. It's not worth too much like grubbing for position when you've started in a decent position. Us kind of cycling here to take advantage of some of the position is a good idea. Killing him, he might come back, he might not. But like this is already a much better, much stronger position than what we already had. Ooh, that sucks. I forgot about the Xurhers coming to eat the body. I forgot they were part of this squad. And whiffing against him there. Okay, we got the kill. Never mind, we pass. But there's probably another Xurher. So maybe not. We'll see when the last two enemies reveal themselves. Oh no, there he is. I'm going to step up to the high ground here. Happy to hit him, but he's just going to eat the corpse. And if we step back here, there's no high ground against Scaldrick. Wow, didn't expect that. That's some pretty terrible behavior there, sir. You had a chance to grow strong. Happy to soften them up a little bit before they come into melee. Not all of their weapons are chump change. There's some Scramus axes and hand axes mixed in amongst them. Quality miss, as I like to call them. Man, just look how much ammo we go through in a battle, though. Sort of wild. One more, okay. He was waiting in the wings. Go for the 257s. Theodore can't do anything. He didn't have the action points. Could step in here, but I can't get an attack off in the same turn, so I'm not going to. And yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see this dude just go to a level 3. But one level 3 is not a threat to us. Would be if all of these other zombies made it to us quickly. But the snow hinders your movement. It costs more fatigue to move in snow than it does over, let's say, like a paved environment. Just like that, we're out of ammo. We'll pass. See how they move. Aaron also out. Okay, good hit. Went for the decapitation. Happy to get the kill, but it's definitely not a decapitation. Not moving. Let's see if that thing tries to eat another Zomboni. Or maybe they can eat zombies. I think they can, though. That's an interesting question. Can they eat zombies, or do they choose not to because the AI knows that the zombies have a chance to resurrect? So it feels like tactically unsound for them. Went for the decap and got it. Tried to get lucky again there, but didn't get it. And it runs. Not surprised. The Virgin Naxurha runs from the Chad mercenaries. It's over. But a good fight. A good random fight out in the middle of nowhere. Got us a little bit of armor. Got us some crafting supplies. Some tools and some cash. We came out ahead on that. And we needed the battles. Really. We need this battle and then one more in the next 3 days in order to fulfill our secondary purpose and our ambition. Miguel here is going to take Battle Forge. Not even a question. Happy to get that 3 in melee skill. Happy to get a 3 in fatigue. And I'll take the 4 in range defense. Our Hamian here. Berserk on every brother. Once again, not a question. Melee skill plus 3. Resolve plus 5. He needs that. And then I'm going to take this 4 in range defense and probably never pump that again. And that's it, guys. Whenever we come back, we're going to do the fight here at the collapsed dwelling. This could take 15-20 minutes. And I think that's about all the time I have for today. Thank you so much for watching, though. If you want to name some of the new brothers we picked up in today's episode, leave a comment down below. But yeah, I'm Brett, channel's Good Talk Gaming, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, y'all.